What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this one, I'm going to be showing you how to make a Rural King. Now, if you don't know what it is, don't worry, me neither. I believe it's like Tractor Supply Co. if anyone's more familiar with that. If you're not familiar with that one either, it's like a store that sells stuff. That's all I've got for you. Yeah, here it is. There won't be an inside as per usual with the stores because I'm not doing all that. But, yeah, they usually sell like, I would say like horse food and stuff. Or not hay. Whatever. Anyway, with that being said, I should show the inside space. Enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Here are all the materials you're needing for this build. Not particularly a ton. Alrighty, and the space for me for this is an 89 by 51, and the materials you're needing to start off are as follows. Deep slate bricks. Light gray terracotta might be the ugliest block in the game, yet sometimes it just works. Actually, it's definitely not the worst. Stripped oak wood. Pale oak planks. Pale oak slabs. Black stained glass blocks. Dark oak doors. Oak planks. And we'll go oak stairs. So starting off from the front left-hand corner of your 89 by 51 grid, cough, if you made it. If you need to start from the front right, that is perfectly fine, just depending on how your space is. But it is symmetrical, just obviously keep in mind the directions would be flipped at that point. From this block, you want to start by counting back by 3 and right by 1, and going to the right, you want to place 31 deep slate bricks. And then a pale oak plank. From the pale oak plank, you'll go back diagonally, right with a black glass, right with 2 dark oak doors, then another black glass, forward diagonally, right with a pale oak plank, back diagonally, right with a black glass, right with 2 dark oak doors, black glass, forward diagonally, right with a pale oak plank. Then going to the right, you'll leave a gap of 3 and place another pale oak plank. Back diagonally, right with a black glass. Right with 2 dark oak doors and a black glass. Forward diagonally, right with a pale oak plank. Back diagonally, right with a black glass. Right with 2 dark oak doors, a black glass. Forward diagonally, right with a pale oak plank, and then right with 31 deep slate bricks. Just like so, and that should be the size of your build right there. Already get rid of your dark oak doors and get out stone, and just between the pale oak planks here in the center where you left that 3 block gap, you want to fill it in with stone. Extend each of the pale oak planks specifically up by 4. And also the stone in between them, actually, you can bring up, as in these 3 rows. Just so we don't confuse that later. And fill across it. From the, not the top pale oak planks, but 1 block down, you just want to connect them all together with upside down pale oak slabs again, just skipping over that stone. And then you'll extend the black glass up until it's as tall as the pale oak. And also the doors you'll bring up to that same height. Basically, the side black glasses are brought up by 4, and the doors are brought up by 3 with black glass. Obviously not doors. You can't place doors on doors. Plus, we got rid of the doors, so. Did I say doors enough times? I don't think I did. Nice. On both sides, you want to do the following. From the inside, you're going to take this first deep slate brick and extend out with 5 light gray terracotta, stripped oak wood, 5 light gray terracotta, stripped oak wood, 5 light gray terracotta, and then a stripped oak wood. So again, same thing on the other side. It's just 5 light gray, and then a stripped oak wood, and in total 3 times. Like so. The remainder of the deep set bricks, you'll just place like right terracotta on top of for now. Nothing really going on. You want to copy that row 3 more times. The outer portions of the light gray will be brought up a little bit more later, but we're not quite worried about that just yet. We just want to get like the main center done, and then we'll kind of work our way out from there, because also you could technically trim those walls down. It's important to get the main details done, and then again, those walls can kind of be manipulated to whatever you want them to be, because not necessarily you don't need them as far out as I have them. I just usually go a little bit further out so I have some blank wall space. Or depending on the building, not blank, but usually blank. Especially when I'm not doing the interior. If you're doing a custom one, then you can kind of just like leave the sides and back open and then kind of fill it from there. Or just even bring them back a little bit on the side so you have that space, and then just kind of go as far back as you need for the inside that you would want. Anywho, from each top stripped oak wood, you want to extend out with 2 oak planks. This part gets a little bit odd for now. Or there in a second, not quite yet. That part's easy. From there, you're going to take the outermost pale oak planks and, do the same thing. And then you're going to go just inside of the center pale oak row here, just like off of this black glass, you'll place 3 oak planks. And then off the very center stone, you'll place another 2. Basically, each oak plank row is 5, or has a gap of 5 between it and the next one. In front of all that, you'll place a row of oak stairs that just goes off the front of the planks and connects them all together. It doesn't overhang or anything, just goes straight across. It's got like this weird, I don't know what it is. It almost looks like it's like covered in foam or like felt. It's odd. I don't know. It obviously isn't because it's outside, but that's like the way I describe it, kind of. Like that weird beige-ish color. You can get rid of both. Can you get rid of everything? Sure, you can. Yeah, get rid of everything. And get out the following. Oak slabs. Stone brick stairs. Stone brick blocks. Red concrete. Smooth quartz blocks. Smooth quartz stairs. Smooth quartz slabs. Where did it go? Light gray terracotta. And polished diorite for now. So, starting from the... Or I guess the first thing you can do. The front oak plank on each of the rows, you'll just place an oak slab on top of. Okay, that's so unfortunate. You should end up with this. We'd actually use these to our advantage a little bit. So, find the center one, and you want to place a red concrete on the back oak plank out of these little rows. If you count out by 3 on the line, so 1, 2, 3, it should be the first one with the stripped oak wood, this, like, I guess, inner stripped oak wood. You'll place a red concrete on top of the oak plank there on either side. And then you can connect them together. So anyway, the line should be about this length in total. You can extend it up with an additional 4 rows, which should give you 5 in total according to my calculations. And then on top of that, you want to place an additional row of red concrete that takes 4 off these sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll count to the 5th in, and I'll place a red concrete, and then I'll just bring it across. And kind of roughly estimate, and yeah, that's 4 there, as you can see. You'll place another row from there that takes 3 off either side. Then the final row will take 5 off either side. There's some sort of logic to it, I swear. There's actually not. The logic is that that kind of looked best after I was finicking with it a little bit. That's not... Maybe that's a word. I don't know. But it's kind of because like the ends go flat for a little bit and then it kind of curves up. And that's why it goes like 4, 3, 5 rather than like 3, 4, 5, I guess. But yeah. We'll do the letters now because I just want to get them out of the way, frankly. Start from the bottom left red concrete, which is this one. You'll count right by 2 and up by 1 and place 3 smooth chords extending up. Right of the top block, you'll place an upside down slab. Right of that, you'll have a stair facing right. Extend that stair down with an upside down stair facing right and then down with a block. The upside down stair will be brought left with a slab. And also the top left block will be brought left with an upside down slab. Leave a gap of 1 from the top of that and place 2 smooth quartz blocks extending down, like so. Top right, I should say. You'll then place an upside down stair facing left below that. Extend it right with a slab. Upside down stair facing right. Up with 2 blocks. Right with an upside down slab. Right with a block that is extended down by 2. Then from the top block, you'll go right with an upside down slab. Stair facing right. Down with an upside down stair facing right, and then down with a block. Again, upside down stair will be brought left with a slab. Leave a gap of 1 from the bottom right of that R, and you'll place 2 blocks extending up and then a stair facing left. Right of that, you'll have an upside down slab and then a stair facing right. That stair can be brought down with 2 blocks, and the center blocks, which are these ones, I guess the center row, you'll connect together with a slab. Gap of 1 from either the bottom or top of that, you'll just place a row of 3 smooth quartz blocks that's the same height as the other letters. Or in the same, I guess, kind of line grid. The bottom block you'll extend right with a slab. And that should be 1 of 2 words and 1 of 3 kind of details on this part. I guess I'll consider it as. You'll leave a gap of 2 from the bottom of that and place 3 blocks extending up. The middle block you'll bring right with an upside down slab and then a regular slab, which will kind of give you this. This slab at the end here, you'll bring both up and down with blocks. When you bring it up with the block, it'll leave a half a block gap and it should give you a nice K. Gap of 1 from the bottom of that, you'll place 3 blocks extending up. Gap of 1 from the bottom of that, you'll place 2 blocks extending up and then a stair facing right. Right of the center block, or I guess the top of the 2 full blocks, you'll place a stair facing right and then another block. This block will be brought both up and down by 1. 1 block gap from the bottom of that again and place an upside down stair facing left. Left of that a slab and then a block. Extend that block up with another block and then an upside down slab, which should be half a block away from the previous block. Left of that upside down slab, you'll place another upside down slab. Then a stair facing left, and then you'll connect these 2 stairs together with a block. And that should be the letters done. Directly above the L, which is the final letter in rural, you'll count up to the second red and place an upside down smooth quartz slab. You'll extend this pretty much in every direction diagonally with more slabs. These will be either upside down or right side up. They'll be half a block off basically each time. So I guess you'll really extend it left and right with slabs, and then up diagonally left and up diagonally right with slabs as well. Regardless of what you do, it should give you this. Maybe my explanation was a little bit confusing, but basically you're just going diagonally by half a block in each direction. From these top slabs, you'll leave another half a block extending up and place more slabs here. Connect them together and extend them out on either side by 1. Again, ignoring the kind of diagonals, I guess sort of, you're going down diagonally out by 1, which is half a block down. Out 1, and then down diagonally out by 1 again, which should give you the little funny logo. Certain versions have like the windmill. I think this one has the L as, as the windmill. And then the little X above it is the like fan, which isn't actually an X, it's like the blades of the windmill. Anyway, extending out from the sides of the red concrete, these bottom corners, you want to place stone brick stair rows that extend 1 further out than the oak does in its entirety, which should end up, I'll show you on this side again, should end up right there. What I'd recommend doing is from any of the stone brick stairs on either side, doesn't matter, you'll go up diagonally back with a stone brick, up with a stair, up diagonally, back with a block, and then up with a stair. And you'll basically fill that row in line with each of the stairs, just kind of going up and back. Don't go across the back of the red, because the red ends up getting brought back to at least fill in this gap. And yeah, should be fairly simple to also replicate on the other side. Nothing crazy going on. The light gray terracottas we haven't really dealt with yet, these like end ones, you want to just extend them up with an additional row of light gray terracotta and then a row of polished diorite, which should be in line with the stone brick block row. Not that that's particularly important, although that will become a little bit odd later. You'll see what I mean. You want to extend the top row of stone brick stairs anyway, back with 9 rows of stone brick blocks. Just the full top of it. Just like this. You could also not do 9, you could do whatever number you want. You could do 7, you could do 15, could do 10, could do 4. I just thought 9 was kind of a good number because it wasn't too far back yet. It also did make it seem like a solid section. It's weird. I don't know about this particular one. Like, I've noticed it with certain, like, Walmart, maybe? With certain buildings where it sticks up like this, how sometimes it just doesn't, like, actually go all the way back. It's just like a flat facade. I think At Home is the one that I really remember seeing and being like, huh, that's weird. Anyway, you should end up with this. The red concrete you want to bring back to the same back point. And so, when you do this, you want to make sure that on the sides here, you end up having, I mean, you don't necessarily need all of it, but you want 3 rows of red concrete extending down. And when you bring that down, you'll end up bringing the sides of the stone brick just down to that same point, just to fill it all in. And kind of just make sure you're filling in all gaps as you do this. With the red concrete specifically, it's really just the top, and you'll have a little bit at the bottom you might want to bring back, just so you don't have this, like, gap here over the pale oak. I'll also go on top of the black glass, but that's kind of you don't have to do that kind of thing. But yeah, again, 3 rows of red concrete down, which means below the top of the stone brick, it's 2 full rows. And yeah, that should also, you'll notice, end up just above the polished diorite line that we placed on these sides. So yeah, just a whole lot of filling. This is kind of, I guess, lame about these store tutorials sometimes, is it is really just like filling a section in. Which definitely does get boring after a while. But I guess it's nicer than some of the, like, because I was just recording part of chapter 2 before this. It's better than that rapid fire mess of details. To have something a little bit more relaxed. Hence why I did this rather than continued Secret Neighbor on this particular day. Because it's just like, it's a lot to do those back to back consistently. But, you know, break it up every once in a while with the city tutorial, especially the exteriors. Interiors, even for city tutorials, aren't that bad. But I do always dislike doing the interiors, just because, again, they're a lot more, I guess, detail heavy. Rather than just, here is a wall, now fill it in. You should end up with this, hopefully. Did I fill in the back? I don't think I did. Nope, it's 2 rows though, so it's fine. But yeah. So the number you can bring the walls back is kinda sort of up to you. I would advise getting rid of just a couple things. I'll get rid of the smooth quartz slabs and smooth quartz stairs and get out deep slate bricks and polished diorite stairs. I just couldn't find the bricks for some reason. So again, it really doesn't matter necessarily what you do. I go back by, what was that? I already lost track. 4, 5. I go back by 46 with deep slate bricks on the sides here. And then, yeah, you'll connect together at the back with the deep slate bricks, and then you'll place the 5 rows of light gray terracotta on top. Really, it's nothing too complicated. And again, that number really can just be whatever you want it to be. It'll kind of, you can mold it based on your actual spacing. Obviously, if you have like a certain set of buildings around it, like let's say you have a, I don't know, a Publix next to it, since that's just right there, maybe try to make the distance back similar, although I guess it depends really on how you want to do it, because if you have a, again, like a shopping center like that, you obviously would end up changing the back so you have loading docks and stuff if you really care that much. But it depends, because also if you had another building off the back of this, then, you know, it would work. The only thing with that is it's kind of ideal that the height isn't the same, because it's nice to have the difference between them, especially when the roof texture isn't the same. Like, if you had a Refresh Walmart, for example, back to this, like, if it's the same height for the base part, which I don't think it is, I think Refresh Walmart's pretty tall, and then, you know, that would just be unfortunate, because you'd have the white wool and polished diorite kind of mixing. But since Refresh Walmart actually is, like, 3 blocks taller, you kind of would have that split with the walls. Although Refresh Walmart also wouldn't work anyway, because that has a loading dock on the back, so that was a bad example. Anyway, from this point, you want to place polished diorite on top of the like right terracotta. And then you should probably know the next step, but there is one thing that I do want to make sure you're fully aware of. So if you still need time, pause for a moment, and come back when you're ready. Which I hope you're ready. Around the outside of the polished diorite, you want to place upside down polished diorite stairs. You may notice at the front here, you would want to keep going almost over the stone brick. Just stop at the final one here, and don't really even, like, rotate into the wall. Just stop abruptly. If you want to try to play with it and see if there's any way where it would look potentially better, I think it looks fine, honestly. I don't think it needs any particular different situation, but yeah, it's up to you, absolutely, what you do with that corner. Or edge, I guess. Because, yeah, again, it's a little odd the way that it sticks out, but I think it looks good enough. The final step is filling in your ceiling entirely with polished diorite. Since your walls hang lower, this would be a really good opportunity for skylights, but that one is entirely up to you. If you do skylights, I would probably recommend pushing this forward a little bit, having a little bit thinner, just so you have more room for them. Or, I mean, you could even technically go up into them for it. Don't know how ideal that is, but that is an option, so. Yeah, voice crack. Once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Rural King building complete. Thank you to whoever suggested this. I do apologize. I forgot who it was, but I do remember somebody had suggested this, and this wasn't something that I'd actually heard of before then. But yeah, I had, like, built this almost immediately after I got that suggestion, and I just, like, forgot. So, you know, there's that one. But anyway, I think I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.